This is my reflective journal one. First off, I really enjoyed being thrown in with football first for my preseason experience because I think it's good to be thrown in the fire, and I had one of the biggest contact sports to begin with, and I really got thrown in the fire, which was nice. I really enjoyed the time I spent with the athletes doing rehab and evals and stuff because it's almost like you create a bond with them that the more you rehab you do with them, the more they trust you, and the more you guys connect, which is fun and enjoyable to me. Even though preseason was a hectic because we were in season and we had training twice a day, and then I had to go to clinical experience with the football team. Like in between that, it was really tough physically because I was drained completely after practice and stuff. But going in there and giving them all was the best thing we could do, which was fun. I mean, knowing that I'm giving them the all that I can do, and then that they have practice just as much as I do was enjoyable. At first, I was really nervous, especially my first practice, because I wasn't confident in anything. I didn't really want to tape. I could just make water. But over time and doing it more and more, I really gained a lot of confidence. And Melissa trusted me to do a lot more, which was nice because knowing I had her, she trusted me to do the things. I felt more confident in myself. Let me see the question. The next question was, how is the reality compared to what you imagined it would be? I knew that it would be time consuming, but did not know in the beginning that it would be this time consuming, especially during preseason. So that was a really tough transition for me because I am a bit lazy at times, so I don't always want to do the work, but now I have to, which is good for me because I have a more scheduled routine, which is nice to have. Like I said, I didn't think it would be as nerve-wracking, especially being thrown into football. Knowing that at any time I'm standing there alone, any one of these big linemen could go down and I'm the first responder to it and have to do exactly like we're taught. It was nerve-wracking, especially in the beginning, but over time, like I said, it was really nice to see how much I'd grown just in 2 weeks of how comfortable I got doing different things like taping. I even did a few evals, which was nice. I didn't realize how much water and cleanup like the ATs do, and that was we'd make a lot of water, especially for football, and a lot of cleaning up. Even we have to clean everything just to make sure there's no diseases and everything, which is nice to see because that's what we expect. Everyone expects, but you really have a profound. What's the word I'm looking for? You really appreciate it a lot more when you're doing it, so it's really nice. The clinical packet was told to us that it was going to be awful, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, which is nice, especially because the upperclassmen told us exactly what to expect, and they told us to get ahead early, and I've tried to do that, which is nice. So the next question, I believe, is what was hard. Yep, what has been really hard? Just time, like I said, time management has been hard to manage my time, and especially with my practice and my classes, and then worrying about other teams' practices and getting up at 5 a.m. is no one's favorite, but we do it anyways. And once I'm up and out there, it's fine, it's enjoyable. Some of the early mornings and late nights, just today, I had to get up at 5 a.m. and once I was in the clinic, it was like, okay, I get to go to watch a practice, and I was happy with that because I love sports. But also we can't do STEM or ultrasound yet, so I felt useless at times because I'll sit there and I can't do the things that I know people are waiting for, and that kind of was hard to deal with. So, next question is, what has helped you? I think one of the biggest things was Melissa being confident in myself, like I said, which gave myself more confidence to do the different things. And Melissa knew that I could do it, even though I didn't think I could, which helped me out. And, also Chandler, who's my mentor, helped me out a lot, making sure I knew I was picking up on things. And even though I haven't, learned different things that the other AT students have and Melissa's teaching me, I really like to know what I'm going to have to learn. So the other day we were talking about, how to isolate the gastroc versus the soleus, with the knee bent, which was, I had no idea, but, it made total sense after I was being explained, it was explained to me. And then actually doing stuff on athletes instead of in practicals and stuff, seeing actual laxity in an anterior drawer test or a Taylor tilt, and actually going, like the other day I had an ankle eval one day, and then the very next day I did another ankle eval on someone else, and they're the same injury, but two completely different scenarios, two completely different situations, which was very, doing it and doing those evals, you build confidence, you learn more, you know it's not going to be this way each time, which is how it's going to be in the real world. So that was really enjoyable for me. My goals that I set with Melissa, my preceptor, my first one is I will attempt 15 tasks in my clinical packet and obtain 8 masteries each week with my preceptor. So I really wanted to focus on making sure I didn't just do the requirement in my clinical packet. I want to do a majority of them, or like a lot of them. I really want to do it about 85% or so. So I really don't just want to know the bare minimum. I want to know it all. So that's why I picked that as my goal. My second goal was I want to improve my taping skills by practicing at least 2 tape jobs a week with my preceptor, and that can help me fulfill my first goal with some of the tape jobs, getting attempts and masteries with those. But also I really want to be good at my tape so I don't second guess. I know every tape job and I know exactly what I'm going to do when I get to that spot. And then my third goal was I'd like to improve my lower extremity eval skills by doing an eval or practice eval techniques with my preceptor each week, because I really want to nail down that being confident and knowing, okay, this, and going through, and then really knowing all my special tests as well, so I can really be good at my clinical techniques. And that's my video. Thanks, Beth.